Arganesson, so let's get started. Hello everyone, welcome to the weekly Wednesday at Lunchtime live stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I am DDO's Community Manager Cordovan, and I'm going to be with you for the next hour, running on Arganesson, doing some questing, perhaps solo questing, on a level 30 here that I've been running week 2 of 2 on Argo, and this character is in much better shape than they were last Wednesday at this time, because I spent some time going through my gear, going through my Epic Destinies. I believe I even got my twists taken care of. I guess I should check that quick. So we should be better on the deeps here this week. Otherwise, the new Facebook, the person is using words that perhaps I ought not say on the air. I tend to agree with you. These UI changes take a lot to get used to, and they gotta kind of hone them in once they do it. If you're watching Facebook, then I would encourage you to find an easier way to make it so that I could see Facebook stream chat, please. PLZ emoji. All right, I have got some questions here. So while I am getting ready for kind of the rest of the stream, let me get kind of in place over in Barovia and such. I think I'm going to be running some Ravenloft stuff today. Then I will get to some of these questions here. So first off, bye-bye Beholder, and hello game client. Okay. So, first question, do I know when hardcore transfers will happen? Should happen in the near future. We had to do some work this week to capture the leaderboard data and, grab the backups and such that we do for these things. That has been done. And last I checked, I put together the leaderboards and they're basically ready to go, other than maybe adding a logo or two or something like that. So, I think we're pretty good. I think we're just about there. I don't know that we're going to get it done today, because we have some other work that is pressing on the time of the people that need to be there to reopen world transfers. I think we're going to probably end up waiting a couple of days yet, so I'm going to say probably next week, but we'll see. And it should be here in the near future. We have a patch to get out, and that needs to take priority at the moment. Not a patch, but update 47 to get out. And that is basically what we're working on. So that's the next bit of news then, update 47. So I come to you today as a filthy liar, and I apologize. It's my fault, because I said update 47 was going to happen this week on last week's live stream. That update 47 is not getting released this week. It is, however, going to be happening in the near future. I could say next week, and then when I'm wrong about that, it'll make me look great. There was a time, perhaps it might have been this week, and that time has passed, and it may no longer be the case. Sorry. So, anyway, stay tuned. Update 47 is going to be here in the real near future. We ended up having a little bit of work we needed to do. The past 24 hours we've been working on really getting kind of a final build put together and everything sorted out there. So we should have a whole lot more for you in the near future on update 47. And some other big stuff, too, that's going to be coming. In the not too distant future, we're going to be talking about Feywild and such as well. We've got Night Revels coming up too, so that's going to be another piece that we'll be talking about here in the near future. Been a while since we had a new DDO wallpaper. Maybe some Feywild. Yeah, that seems totally doable.
Small, distant voices spring from nowhere.
We're so hungry. Find us. They sent us to our room. They didn't even give us supper. Father said we weren't to make a fuss. But we're so hungry.
Oh, I'm capped. I don't need to worry about XP. I'm good. So, let's see. What else should I mention? I've got, other bits of news here, but I'm kind of trying to quest and do it at the same time. Let me think about kind of breaking news. I did mention Update 47. That's probably the biggie. I mentioned hardcore leaderboards. That's going to be in the real near future here as well. Crystal Cove just ended. That was pretty cool, huh? Hopefully you dug it. Looks like we have a few item bugs to take care of, but that is looking pretty good. Let me call up for our day's bonus here in the near future. Do patches normally have names? No. We've actually, over the years, have gone through a couple of different naming conventions, which is a bit of a bummer, but that's just sort of sometimes what happens. And for the most part, the only ones we give names to are our main updates, like Update 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 1072, whatever. And that's what we name. We don't usually name patches. There have been a few cases over the years where a patch has coincided with, let's just say, like an expansion pre-purchase or something like that. And I believe we've named a few patches over the years because of that. But for the most part, we have never named our patches. And it used to be that we didn't go like update 48.2.1. We would go update 48 patch 2. And we're still doing that to some extent. Although I'd really love to someday, if I could snap my fingers and make it work, go back in the archives, renumber all that stuff so that it's a much more cohesive listing of release notes, which helps very much sometimes for us archivists when you're going through URLs, because then you only have to change a character or something like that to go from patch to patch to patch. So if I could snap my fingers and make it happen, I think maybe I'd tell 2005 Era Turbine how to do it. But hey, that's just sort of not how it went. Okay, our DDO bonus days bonus is a Champion Hunter weekend. So that is going to be kicking off tomorrow, late morning Eastern time, usually by around 11 o'clock in the morning it's done. Champion Hunter week, and that'll run through Sunday, October 4th. So that's going to mean all the stuff, all the extra stuff is at the Mysterious Remnants vendor in the Hall of Heroes. Okay. Now that that is called up, what else should I mention? So I'm a fighter. I can't really do these secret doors. I might have a clicky or something, but it's fine.
They said we mustn't mind the noises. They said it was just grown-up things.
Oh no. I know the voice, the VO in this one, huh? Isn't it sweet? I love it. Up here. I always get twisted around in the staircases in this one. Where's my staircase now? It's not here. It is here. Here's my staircase. Okay. I'm just kind of chilling out for the mood, really, because,
There's no one to play with. Not since Nanny went away.
Probably not a good thing. Maybe I should see about where my ghost touch item is in my inventory. Do I have a ghost touch item? Do I have an ability? What do I have? Maybe I should have thought of that before I went into the Haunted Mansion. Okay. Oh, also should activate things. There we go. Alright, now let me actually toggle on attack here briefly and see if I got a ghost touch weapon. If not, I may have to correct that. surprised I don't. But I, you know, like I said, I just sorted through all my stuff. This is stuff I'm going to crunch down with the vendor here in the near future. Alright, well, I don't have a ghost touch item, so we're just going to have to deal with a lot of missed chances here. That's fine. I mean, I'm hitting, it's just going to do the incorp bypass. So, alright, let's see. So, Fortnite seems to be partying up with lots of other games for content. Any DDO and Fortnite plans? I don't know. No, there are no DDO and Fortnite plans. If Fortnite came to us and said, hey man, can we do a thing? We would be fools to say no. And I do not think we would. But no, I'd say the odds of that are exceptionally distant. So I'm a fighter. I can't do divine punishment. I'm not my regular cleric that I am this time around. That's why I wish I'd thought about that, about the ghost touch. I'm gonna have to grab a ghost touch, something or other from the auction house or something between quests. So I went through all my gear that I had left over in my banks on Argo after last Wednesday's show, when I was running into lots of low DPS issues, and so I sorted through a lot of the things that I had, and I'm currently just using a Ravenloft item. But, as you can see, it doesn't have Ghost Touch, so... Oh yeah, so Grubika, it brings up a cool point. So I don't know how many of you know that on Sunday nights on Twitch we do a tabletop Dungeons and Dragons. This isn't DDO, this is D&D. And we do that every Sunday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes, like especially on our Stormreach Chronicles stuff, we actually take the Korthos Island experience so far and bring it to tabletop and things. But this Sunday, we are doing something, we're starting a big new thing, and this is by Gruby, who, you know, streams DDO on Sundays earlier in the day, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, over on DDO stream here. He is going to be starting a new campaign of Rime of the Frost Maiden. That's what it's called, right? Rime of the Frost Maiden? And that's the new one. That's the new one. The big new one. And on top of that, I believe that normally we use Fantasy Grounds. It's like a virtual tabletop thing. They've actually kicked us a few licenses to make it possible. So, you know, we have a kind of a loose sponsorship deal with them. And this Sunday, we're going to be using Fantasy Grounds Unity. Yeah, that's the new Unity version of it. So if you're into tabletop, if you're into virtual tabletop, and you're into Rime of the Frost Maiden or that kind of thing, you might want to check it out. So that is Sunday, starting at 7 o'clock on twitch.tv/DDO stream.
Mind step. It's good. Here we are.
You spot something in the middle of the room. Something small and old and forgotten.
We're tired. We've been here so long.
I could buy the Ruby of Ghostbane in the
rest.
DDO store. Yes, let me do that.
A nice place to rest. We're tired. We want to rest now. You found the secret door. It leads down to the basement, where the monster is.
I'm doing this. I wish we had better search tools for this thing, but, you know, it is what it is. Where are you? Alright, it's after the greater, magnetism impulse, superior flame, superior frost. Okay, I'm not seeing it. Ruby of Ghostbane is from Night Revels, not available in the DDO store. Oh, okay. And here I thought I could pay to win it. See, folks. Here's proof.
Beyond the secret door, a dusty stairwell leads down into darkness.
Can only get in Night Revels. Well, that'll be coming soon. Stay tuned for like more specific. Actually, I don't want to go this way. Stay tuned for more specific info on that. Because I'm not prepared for that trap. So I'm going to try to avoid the trap if I can manage it. Cuts to scene on Twitch clip of me dying in the trap. So how soon will I be able to get one? Oh, I don't know. Within a... pretty soon, hopefully. I mean, we're... Wait a second, what day is it? Tomorrow is October. October. Spooktober. That was a great suggestion, though, Johnny, on YouTube. I loved the idea. I wish it had worked. So I'm trying to go off the top of my head, and I can no longer... The name of this voice actor is... Let me see. We've got an interview with her. So let me see. DDL voice actor. Death House. Allie Murphy. Thank you. Thank you, Google. Allie Murphy. So, Allie Murphy is the excellent person who does the voice work for the Dungeon Master voice work for Death House, and I truly believe that it sets the tone so well for what's to come here in Ravenloft, and is really one of the initial reasons, I believe, for Ravenloft's overall success. That's my personal opinion. Now, you know, there's a lot of other reasons too, and I believe Ravenloft's successful if you don't, but you know what I mean. I think it works. So much so that I've actually loved their voiceover work on this, to the point that I actually looked up at the time that this came out. I was excited to be able to actually meet her briefly in person during a studio visit to the studio. And at that time, she was getting ready with a group of friends in London to release their own sort of video game that is a virtual reality sort of thing. And so I wanted to pass that along today just as a recommendation, because it's really just a small indie thing. You know, I'm not no pay to win here or anything like that. We're talking about a pretty small indie game. Anyway, but it's also really awesome, and it's called The Invisible Hours. So when she had done the studio visit, she was getting ready to record, you know, the work for Ravenloft. It hadn't done it yet. You know, this was kind of a producer's meeting or whatever, as it were. And at that time, she and her group had been getting ready to release The Invisible Hours. I believe it ended up coming out actually after Ravenloft rather than before Ravenloft. And I played it on PlayStation VR, and I just wanted to give them a quick shout out on that, because, I don't know, man, it's really cool. And so you might like it too, especially if you like the voice work, because she's one of the main voice actresses in it. The general idea is it's kind of a story game, rather than, say, action game or anything like that. And it's got a really cool VR thing that you see it a little bit in other games, VR games, but not too much, and certainly not many by the time that it had come out. And that is a time navigation mechanic. So when you're doing stuff in VR, right, there's kind of a people have had to in the last decade, really the last 5 years in particular, sort of figure out how it all works and what people want and how it's supposed to look and feel and all the rest. And one of the mechanics that the Invisible Hours came up with that I always thought was really brilliant was, imagine really you're kind of going through like a cutscene, like a in-game cutscene, almost like, say, a DDO thing, you know, where the NPCs are walking around and all that and giving dialogue. Except, obviously, on a much more advanced scale because of the nature of that game being largely a story-driven game. And then everyone's going through the house just kind of doing their thing, and it's sort of like a dinner theater murder mystery style game. Takes place in, like, the turn of the century. The turn of the century prior to this one. And, so, like, all the actors and everyone are just kind of walking around the house and doing their thing, and things happen, right? And you're just kind of sitting there with your VR hat on, and you've got a controller to teleport basically anywhere around the house or grounds or wherever you want to go. And then you've got controls on the time. So you're kind of moving forward and backwards in time, on piecing together the story by following the people as they wander around the house. And I always thought that that was just such a cool concept. And I know that Ali Murphy, the DM voice actor who does such a great job in this quest, was heavily involved in that. So, if you really are like me, and I know that she's developed almost a little bit of a cult following here in DDO in terms of some of her voice work in this game. So if you're one of those people and you're looking for another game that might kind of pique your interest, may I suggest that one? That was cool. All right, sorry about that, folks. Let me get back to some DDO talk. Every self-respecting D&D fan knows of the Terrace skew. Yep. I mean, any monster can be 100 feet tall if you want it to be. Okay, I need to... I'm gonna be in tough shape here if I don't pull myself together. Let me... Oh, ew, this! Oh, shoot. Alright. This is an opportunity to take a look at chat. Yeah, the Invisible Hours. Or the Invisible Hour. Yeah. So no, Hardcore will not be opening for character transfer today. Will be in the near future. Yeah, I believe... Was it me that interviewed her, or was it someone else? I believe I did interview her. That was really cool. That was that same day then, yeah. Alright, so, now let me actually use these bottles. This will do much better damage, I think. And let me chuck at them from a distance. There we go. Also, I believe these are coming. Isn't that right? These come with bottled fireballs. There we go. Yay. Alright, well, sorry for dying, but I guess that worked. Will pre-orders for Feywild come out with update 47? That's a great question. Stay tuned. If I have a Book of Spirits, I will have incorporeal bypass. No, I don't. Ooh, Zyfiel, you have all 15 awards? Oh, that's right, because you're in the leaderboards. You're going to be in the leaderboards again, aren't you? Amazing, though. How cool is that? Oops. Let me stay in the spike trap. Any plans for future monster manuals? I would say it is highly likely we will have more monster manuals in the future,
Around here someplace.
but we don't have any immediate plans to do that.
He stinks.
It's true that I don't have a lot of new news this week. I mean, I did mention a little bit about Update 47, Champion Hunter Week. This is not great news necessarily, but if you use a particularly, let's say, somewhat off the beaten path payment method for DDO, or you are using one of the big payment methods like, say, in the Netherlands, things like that, you want to take a look at our website. We have a notice. We had to do a payment processor change all of a sudden, like, and this isn't Xsola or anything. I saw someone say, "Oh, what happened to Xsola?" No, this isn't Xsola. This is one layer deeper than that, essentially.
The sound of chanting echoes from down the hallway.
I must have missed something here. Here we go. All right. So, yeah, here we go. Okay. Yes, I know. People were shocked to learn that we were taking subway cards this whole time. It's been on there. I mean, it's listed as a payment method. It's one of it's some kind of thing like you're like going to a gift card redemption thing and then turning it into something else. It has something to do with the way Subway operates. They do like some kind of cross branding or something like that. But anyway, you had been able to use Subway gift cards to play DDO up until yesterday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. But anyway, there is a notice on that. In particular, though, we are working through this morning, specifically, a PayPal issue. And part of the reason I'm a few minutes late for today's show is I was waiting around and in a conversation to make sure that issue kind of got ushered through and all that sort of thing. And it did. So my understanding is by this point, by 12:30, it should be done now. So if you go, you should be able to just use the PayPal without issue, other than maybe having to reconfirm your payment information, like, you know, your number and all that kind of stuff. And that would just be a store interface thing. So that might be happening today, but you should be able to... There was an issue where you couldn't use PayPal for a little bit, and that should now be resolved. And it's basically, there's like multiple layers of payment processors that are involved in video games and at any kind of online e-commerce, really. And so there was some kind of reason, like, we had to make a change all of a sudden. I don't know what it is. Suit stuff. Whatever. Anyway, so that's what's up. So Brother Dog, I had talked about this last week, and I want to reiterate that this week, that as of today, we don't have anything new for Night Revels. So what we're thinking about doing, because we need to get Feywild out and all that sort of thing, and time and resources is limited, plus COVID, and we're all working from home and everything, right? Okay, anyway, what we're thinking about doing this year for Night Revels...
gust of air, as if the entire building let loose a sigh.
Alright, what we're thinking about doing for Night Revels this year is to let it run without anything new in it, but not deprecate last year's ingredients. So, people would be able to continue progress from last year on their ingredients, or Hopefully you didn't get rid of them, because remember, Cordo's rule, never get rid of anything. Ever. 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 You know. That's kind of what we're thinking. So. So that is the case. We have not deprecated the old ingredients. And because we have not deprecated the old ingredients, we are considering this plan, right? So I think that that's currently what we're kind of looking at. We'll see. So this past year's will not have spoiled. Previous years will have. So you may still have some spoiled stuff in your bank, but last year's did not expire. We did not do it. So I know there are some people who are exceptionally angry right now because they got rid of their stuff, and all I can say to that is, well, that wasn't exactly the plan, but that is kind of where we find ourselves here. So, and overall, I think people are going to be okay with that.
Ragged and carping come from the
At least that's my
other side of the windmill.
My hire expire? Here and there, I think my hire expired. Yeah.
Peasants with joyless faces and vacant eyes. An old woman's voice comes. The old woman's voice grows cold.
Aye, they were here yesterday. Wanted pies and hadn't a coin. I told them to go home, but did they listen? No. Off they trotted into the forest, with the moon full and all.
Oh, the Lanus chat. Yes. The Lanus chat is an issue that has proven to be
Its cry echoed first here.
far more of a long-term workload issue than anything else. I would have thought we'd have it back by now. We would have thought we'd have it back by now. We just have not been able to get it back yet. So we're working on it. I wish I had good news for you, but until until that work is done, I don't really know what I can say other than we're working on it. Sorry though.
Those are not pebbles filling the urn between the megaliths. They are human teeth.
So people are one of the things that I'm trying to get a sense of is that we have a lot of varied reports. For some people, it's kind of going in and out in terms of chat connection. That may or may not be the same thing that's causing the friends list to not appear or be able to be made to reappear for some people on Thalanis and like 2 to 3 other servers. So we've got like a couple of things maybe going on here, but the symptoms are similar, I think. So we've got people working on it, and hopefully we're going to get something isn't hooked up right. It would be my opinion. Just, you know, my expert opinion is that something isn't hooked up right, and we need to figure out what that is and sort it. But we have not been able to find the kind of smoking gun, as it were, and it's still an issue. So. So, we have someone, Dude, in chat saying the friends list comes back when the server reconnects. Yes, but that's the thing. That we are seeing such an inconsistent experience report on that for some people they're saying I have literally not been able to see it come back since that one patch. So for some people it isn't. And that's part of, I think, what's been a little bit of extra work maybe on this one. It's the thing, what ought done it ain't done it. No, I think it's, I mean, obviously, if I knew what it was, if we knew what it was, it would be fixed by now. But, it's probably not hardware related, it's probably software related. And by that I mean, you know, there's a lot of stuff, you know, that people, connect to in a hardware style environment, right? So you're going to have all sorts of... I got one more thing to find. That is the ghost. I have to find the ghost lady yet. That is... But I know it's frustrating, and you know, I don't want to make light of it either. This is absolutely something we want to get fixed as soon as possible. Now, do not call my hireling a moron. My hireling is not a moron. They're just not motivated nearly as severely as I am. You know, I didn't... Hey, let's be honest. Plat, it's not worth as much as it used to. And the prices of hirelings haven't changed in how long now? You think that they don't have to deal with inflation? So, I mean, hey, they're like, oh, yeah, I'll give you your 50 gold worth. You'll get 50 gold's worth of help from me. Alright, so, if she's not here, then maybe over this way. Kind of wanders. And sometimes it's amazing when you look back on your stream afterwards and you're like, how is it I didn't see that big gigantic thing right in front of my face? And all I could say to that is that is not a me experience. You see that in streams all over the place, like on YouTube and what have you. And I don't know how I miss things that are so obvious in front of my face sometimes while on the air. All I can say is you're kind of multitasking and distracted, and kind of your eye focuses on certain things, right? Like, where are you? Where are you? Ah, there you are. Nice.
The ghost's story appears to be true. If so, then the women of the windmill are not what they appear to be.
I'll pay more plat if you make them do their job more dependent. Nice. Good comeback. Good comeback.
Addresses the gathered peasants
Yeah.
on the wooden platform.
You know, I mean, let's be real. Hirelings are what they are.
The old woman sneers.
You
I find they provide value. Maybe not as much value as you wish, sometimes.
Morgantha looks down at you.
You poor misguided soul. You thought that they did not know?
Morgantha howls.
Enough of this! Kill him! And you'll feast on outsider eyes tonight!
So, Gravissers in chat, also hello and welcome. The issue with the Wayfinder rollback is a totally separate thing than what we had with the ongoing... Shorthand, it's being called Thelanis chat, but it's really a sporadic chat connection and disconnection issue, along with a small percentage, based on the total percentage it could be, of people on Thelanis who are having a just flat-out no friends list, no chat possible. So we have somewhere between 2 to 3 things happening there. What happened with Wayfinder was a one-off issue that isn't related. But the other chat issue is not yet known whether it's actually one issue or perhaps maybe 2. The red armor is orange. I have always felt that myself. Now, I am not the most... I'm not colorblind. I don't want to try to claim color blindness I don't have. But I would say I'm not exactly... My eyes are not color picky, shall we say. And to me, I've always thought it looked more orange than red, but... Then a bunch of things often look different colors than they look to me. You keep trying to adjust my screen so I can see better. Oh, you like the gamma or something? Is that? Stand under the balcony, she can't cast on you. Okay, good tip, but I don't need it. I'm not dying. Besides, it's going to be the fight by the altar that's going to take me out if I'm going out, I think. Alright, nice.
Her daughters cut down before her. The hag Morgantha flees the windmill.
Alright, let me make sure I've gone through chat, so... It's true, you can force yourself, if you wish to refuse training and go in as a level 1, even on Iconic. Now, there is no way, however, to set it so that you can... what am I trying to say? So that you can still have to earn all the XP that you would otherwise during your level up process. So you're just going to be choosing essentially, to not level up until you decide to level up. But you can do that. The game does let you just be level 1 as an iconic. If, for example, maybe you're playing with a static group that wants to go at level 1, and then you can tag along with them, get the loot and what have you, but not really pick up any XP, and then level up along with them if you want to. That was deliberately done that way because of that. And it's true you could remove the initial class level with a +1 Lesser Heart of Wood. That might be a little more advanced than I want to give a brand new player or something, depending on who asked the question. But yeah, it is possible to do that.
All of this, your work here, is not yet done.
I have a hag to defeat?
The
Oh,
oil
there we go.
spreads across the floor and then catches fire,
Oh,
filling the
never mind.
windmill with billowing, choking
There
smoke.
we are.
Up on the hill ahead, Morgantha performs a prayer
An
for
MD.
aid, and then something answers.
Man, I'm so doomed. Alright, what can I do to maybe be slightly less doomed here? This is a tough fight, that's why I'm bringing this up. Alright, let's give myself Death Ward. Just in case, let's chug some potions. I can actually maybe use that. Give myself some good hope. Okay, those are already hotbarred just in case I need them. And I got haste potions just in case I need them. And I'm gonna chug that heroism pot, and we'll call it done. Okay. Oh no, let's get another. Let's get affirmed. No, we're gonna wait on the hardcore servers for just a little bit longer. We have just a little bit of, I think, work yet to do. But that should be in the real near future, so won't be too long. I'm going to save the rest of those action boosts, I think, for the last fight. Alright. Well. Let's give it a shot, I guess. That doesn't bode well. I don't actually think I need these haste potions anymore. I'm pretty sure I picked up blinding speed, but just to be on the safe side, I'm chugging the potions anyway. Man, I am not doing much damage here, so let's change tactic and work on the other one. Alright. Timing of this should be pretty good, though. We're going to wrap up just about 1 o'clock, so that'll work. We're going to have a Samus Garobo up in a couple of minutes. Yes, Champion Hunter is this weekend's bonus. So that means the special items will be with the Mysterious Remnants vendor in the Hall of Heroes, starting tomorrow morning, late morning Eastern. Right, let me see if I can try to clear myself up slightly. See if that does any difference at all. Try switching weapons. No. This one's better. Okay. 10-minute end fight? A little bit, yeah. Yeah. My DR just isn't cutting it, I guess. Or something that I'm doing. Maybe that's the bludgeon damage, perhaps? From the offhand shield? I'd have to check the combat log. Yeah, just grazing hits. These are just grazing hits that are being absorbed, all those zeros. So I'm not missing. Like I could say, I'm not actually missing. You'll see. If you're looking at the combat log there, I'm not missing. What that is, those are the grazing hits that are just being absorbed by the DR. Yep. You're still a noob. What? Are you saying my esports career is over before it really began? Oh no. Guess I better stop practicing. Oh wait. There we are. Alright.
The air is unsettlingly still, as if an unseen doorway had just been closed.
What? 3 Vistani totems for this little thing. Also, I think there's a chest. There's that werewolf's chest. Let me try to remember where that is if I can. It's a name chest here somewhere. Right? Yeah? Where is that? I can't remember where it drops, unfortunately. I thought it was over on this side, though. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Well, it's just a... I guess I'll take this thing out. Where did you go? Didn't feel like fighting until you saw me at the very end. Alright, so we're going to wrap that up then. We'll call this a show. Let me get over by the creepy lighthouse. Doggies, hello. Yeah, that'll be cool. I like it. Alright, so that is going to wrap it up then with the weekly Wednesday at lunchtime live stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Thanks very much for being here. It's a windmill, not a lighthouse, city boy. Yes, windmill, that's what I meant. Words, you know, words. Man, words. Thanks for watching. I'll be back next Wednesday with more. We will be having some downtime announcements in the near future. Should stay tuned for more info on things we talked about today, like reopening World Transfers for Hardcore Update 47, Night Revels, Feywild, a whole bunch of stuff here in the near future. So stay tuned. Hope you're having fun, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.